Selamlar canlar, canavar. Nasılsınız? Umarım iyisinizdir. 7. Alan Wake bölümüyle birlikteyiz. Oyunun da aynı zamanda 4. bölümüne geçmiş bulunmaktayız. Dilerseniz devam edelim.
I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
Oğlum bana niye veriyorsun
Right now, it's
sakinleştirici?
very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Burada karının ölümü dedi, buna takıldım biraz.
No,
Var orada bir
you're
ibnelik.
suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
Allah korusun ya, yenge ölmemiştir inşallah. Sır perdesini aralayalım artık. Neler oluyor lan?
Felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Götoş'un kliniğindeyiz anladığım kadarıyla. Aha geldi bir... Bak.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Hayır.
Yeah, I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Hadi bakalım. Bak bak her yere resmini yapıştırmış.
Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Bu herifin hayatı palavra var ya.
I honestly believe we can get this thing under control.
Bu da onun koruması mıdır ne boktur?
This way, Alan.
Ya ben bir odaları gezmek istiyorum ya. Max Payne'deki kapı sesi ha. Ona göre. Bu ne lan, kaçış planı mı? Allah, fener tutan biri falan var. Sen ne ayaksın? Adam mısın lan sen? Ha? Adam mısın? Kayda değer bir şey bulamadım. Hadi gidelim bakalım.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode.
Nasıl Alice
So
öldü ya?
I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
Hani nerede
You're in
cesedi?
a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy.
Burun bizim yumruktan dolayı
in which
sarılı.
your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
Hayda, herifin kurduğu şey bile mantıklı gelmeye başladı şu
Go
an.
this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another
Hayal
shock,
gücümüz
so
falan.
I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
Oğlum bizim kurduğumuz bir hayal
It's
olmasın.
all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Herif çok güzel okuyor aklımı ha. Tam profesyonel bu herif. Tam manipülatör. Sıkıntılı bir herif bu. Benim karıyı bu mu kaçırdı lan yoksa? Ha, her şey olabilir. Her şey olabilir. Ne diyor? Oku. Karanlığın ötesinde kabullendiğim mucizevi bir aydınlanma vardır. Oyunun konseptine çok uyan bir cümle. Manzaraya mı bakacağız? Kankamla. Gel bakayım.
Never get tired of this view.
Çok
Very insane.
dumandan bir şey göremiyoruz ki. İlham alalım.
Golden Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
Ay.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast.
Kapalı ve yağmurlu şimşekli havalara bayılırım bu arada.
This way. Follow me.
O tarz atmosfer
Alan, what I'm
içeren
telling you
oyunları
is
çok
good
seviyorum.
news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
and
echoed
construct it
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work.
Bizimki o kadar vurmak istiyor ki buna bir
Once you
tane.
accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
Sesini çok mu seviyorsun Hartman? Ağzına sıçtı.
Let's go inside.
Canımmış. Göstereceğim sana canımı.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful.
Hayvan öldüren insan da öldürür. Şerefsiz bu. Kesin av hayvanları değil de bu köpekleri, kedileri öldürüyordur bu sakat herif. Ne oluyor lan?
Emerson,
Çocuk dikkat et kendine. Ben gidiyorum. Seni mi bekleyeceğim?
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Ağzına sıçayım, böyle mi yaptın
I
beni?
was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago.
Amına kodum manyağı.
Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things.
Lan
a
nasıl
lot.
çizmiş beni ya?
The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Tabii o böyle resimleri beğenir. Sapık çünkü o.
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm...
Hiç sanmıyorum. Sen böyle resimler çizmeye devam edersen senden bir cacık olmaz. Bu ne lan, korku
I
gerilim.
guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Tamam, çık içeri gir. Beni çağırıyor ya, bu herif de bana yapıştı. Bırakmıyor. Herkes gidik.
come Alan, this way.
Zor işler zor. Allah hepsinin yardımcısı olsun. Çığır açan teknikler. Peh. Şuralara bakalım. Sanki demin patient room'ları gezdik ama farklı bir bölüm olabilir burası belki. TV. Night Springs. Yok, açılmıyor. Bu ne lan? Oha. Bir termos daha. Geldim doktor bey. Neredesin lan? Buraya mı girdin? Staff on ne ama olsun. Bir yoklayalım. Sen ne geziyorsun etrafımızda?
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Tam üfürükçü bu, tam üfürükçü. Tedavi ediyormuş üfleyerek, okuyarak. Kitaplar yazmış sözde, kitapları varmış. Bunlar kafedeki rakçı abiler.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a
Heavy metal. Çok seviyorum bu arada heavy metal müziği. Haberiniz olsun. Her türlü death metal, black metal vesaire alt türler, brutal death, grindcore, hardcore. Bu tarz tüm müzik türleriyle ilgili sohbet edebiliriz.
I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Tamam mı dayı? Bitti mi sohbetin? Alan yağmur geldi.
I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up.
Şükür.
I better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best.
Oğlum bana emir verme.
Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson farm. Valhalla.
Burada da Valhalla geçiyor.
Put it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Bu dayılar bir şeyler biliyor ya. Night Springs kutu oyunu.
Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made.
Bir kağıt almışız.
Zane could feel the poems taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him, but there was fear too. More sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too.
Baba Yaga.
She used us all, taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
Ulan bizim karıdan bahsediyor acaba?
What were they? Memory and thought. The hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
Aldı lan aldı, hayatımı aldı.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, hard God.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other writer.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
Vallahi birkaç önemli şey söylediler bence.
Built the farm close to the lake, a place of power.
We had parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
Flat Bob Balders through the empty window. That a hippie chick in the back of
İnşallah
the head.
sizi zıplatmamışımdır havaya.
Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Stitches, snitches.
Neyse bunların kafa kaymaya başladı, gideyim.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Sana çok ayar oldum. Kaç para veriyor bu herif sana? Tipe bak. Hırt. Hadi şu yağmurda bir yağmadı ya, keyiflenelim.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true. Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Tamam lan, emir verme bana. Götoş.
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Evet, tüyebiliriz gençler. Aşağı ineceğiz.
Hartman kept talking. He was Barry the Grand Tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orc.
Weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages.
Saklanmış.
That's where he'd been keeping them.
The music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper.
Saklanmış kenardan bakıyor değil mi de şeyi de kapattı. Hadi bakalım. Benim taslakları da çalmış götoş.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them.
Hadi canım. Bizim kızla da görüşmüştü o. Bunun resmen hiçbiri güzel değil ya.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected.
Resimlerin hepsi korkunç lan. Hepsi manyakça. Burası güzel. Bizimki tükenmişlik sendromu yaşıyor. Eyvah. Ya bir şey soracağım. Kız buraya geldiğinde konuşmuş. Doktora bunları söylemiş. Hani artık konuşmuyoruz bile falan ama hani biz buraya gelirken o kadar kızla aramız kötü değildi. Yani konuşuyorduk. Resim çekiyorduk. Bizden gayet memnundu yani. Kızın şu an söyledikleriyle çelişiyor bizim buraya gelişimiz. Allah Allah. Oğlum burada çok büyük abartı var yani.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording. The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Vallahi fidyeci de masum ele geçirilmiş bir Taken olduğunu düşünüyorum ama. Aha, bizim Barry'i mi kitlemişler? Hadi canım. Oğlum bizim menajeri Aa.
Barry, man, I'm glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no. The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, two goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment.
Hadi gidek ya. Bu herifi de kaçırmışlar lan. Bunlar manyak hakikaten.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please.
Geldi.
You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Çabuk çabuk Barry.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see?
Ya ne diyorsun ya?
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
Defol git ya. Gerizekalı. Kitledi geri falan. Oğlum herif içeri kilitledik lan. Vay amına koyayım. Aman aman aman. Aman kardeş. Çabuk çabuk çabuk yayılıyor yayılıyor. Hoppa. Fener yok ki. Fener yok. Anam. Hop. Koş koş koş. Allah. Evet, nereden ışık edinebilirim dostlar? Aa, hatırladım. Çabuk çabuk çabuk. Çabuk oğlum çabuk. Hadi bakalım. Ha, yavaş yavaş azalmaya başladılar. Bu da bir şeydir be. Anam. Bir daha, bir daha, bir daha. Ah. Çok iyi. Var mı başka nesne? Var. Artık ufak ufak inelim ya. Şuradan kaçabilir miyim? Bu var mıydı lan demin? Anam. Oo. Daha koltuk takımları falan var lan burada. Bu ne lan, QR kod? Bunu okutacağım sonra. Oğlum aşağı inemiyorum. Ne yapacağız? Bana doğru yönelsinler, bari karşıdaki ışığı açayım. Gelin bari buraya doğru gelin. Gençler. Ne yapsam ya? Aşağı inip hemen haritadaki yere koşayım. Ne bileyim. Bakalım. Dinlen bakayım azıcık. Tamam. Nefesin yerinde. Koş. Koş bakalım. Eyvah. Koş koş koş koş koş. Hoppa. Fişek. İstiyorum onu. Of. Of of. Fişek. Allah, düşmesinler kafama. Açayım mı fişeği? Açayım. İşe yaradı. Aman aman aman. Lan yürü git. Formula 1 mi izleyeceğiz?
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course.
Lan. Lan nereye kaçacağım? Kaçırın lan beni. Hoppa. Bu bana çarparsa yandık. Geliyor. Hoppa. Şöyle kaçma şansım var mı? Yok anam yok. Şuraya kaçtım. Ay. Ah. Yürü. Geliyor. Koca top. Lan oğlum açın artık şu kapıyı ya. Gitmek istiyorum. Daraldım lan şurada. Aa bunu kapıya vurduracağız. Galiba. Allah. Lan oğlum git. Ulan sıkıştım lan. Lan öleceğim. Sıkıştım lan. Yapma. Yapma hocam. Yapma gideyim. Geliyorum lan geliyorum. Şurada toplanacak bir takım şeyler gördüm. O top peşimden gelmiyor inşallah. İyi 6 tane mermim var. Fena değil. Dur geleceğim dur. Evet ilginç bir bölüm. Güzel. Açılışı sevdim. Ya oğlum geliyorum dur. Dur bir gözünü seveyim dur. Sanırım bu alanda mermi tarzı, fişek tarzı şeyler yoktur. Neymiş bu? Tövbe yarabbi. Hayda. Ver şu feneri lan hakikaten. Sen ne yapacaksın? Anam. Aman yarabbi. Koş hocam koş. Koş öpecekler beni şimdi koş. Yürü. Lan. Hakikaten ev çok bozuk görünüyor. Fazla oyalanmaya gelmez. Buralar sakat, sıkıntılı yerler olabilir. Aman dikkat. Şu kötü adamların gezindiğini duyabiliyorum. Yapma. Böyle daracık yerlerde onlarla muhatap olmak hiç hoş değil. Bu canlanmadı lan hayret. Bismillah. Allah! İşte şerefsiz. Allah! Oradan zıpladım lan. Of. Bıçakçı şerefsiz. Emil'a güvenme. Emil kim lan? Yoksa bizim şeyin adı mıydı? Soyadı Hartman da. İlk adı mıydı Emil? Bizim psikiyatrist midir? Sahte psikiyatrist, üfürükçü.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Allah Allah. Hangi düşüşten bahsediyor ki bu? Of, çok duman çıktı. Agalar gelecek demek bu. Tamam lan, tamam. Gelme beni. Ben de biliyorum burada olduklarını. Arkamdan gelmeyin yeter. Tamam mı? Neredesiniz? Köpek. Allah! Oğlum yapmayın bunları ya. Aha. Bıçakçı. Oo, koca dayı. Koca dayıyla yavrusu. Yuh. Tıkandık. Hayır. Bir şarjörü boşalttım ya. Oy anam oy. Bu bölüm sevmedim bu bölümü. Daracık.
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure. I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like that.
Bir yerde bir sahne mi göreceğiz? Viking temalarıyla bezenmiş. Yani öyle bir şey anladım ben. Sanırım yolumu kaybettim ben ya. Ha yok. Hocam ne kanalından bahsediyorsun ya? Işık var la. Oh. Ver hocam ışığı ver. ...24 mermi, 2 fişek. Fena değil. Dinlerim. Tamam, söz öyle yapacağım. Yeter ki saldırma. Aa, bu şey. Onun adamı. Günlük hayatta en çok kullandıkları cümleleri kullanıyorlar herhalde. Anam. Aha, karga. Yetişemedim. Allah. Oğlum kargalara mı bakayım? Hangisiyle ilgileneyim Allah aşkına ya? Öleceğim şimdi ya. Şunu bir harcasaydım. Nereden geliyorsunuz? Defolun gidin. Ağzına sıçtım kargaları. Bu da çok güçlü çıktı be. Kargalar içimden geçti, içimden. Allah. Dayı öl artık. Belanı sik. Şükürler olsun. Tam düşmanlar gitti, kargalar da gitti. Bu kadar olur. Zordu burası. Oğlum 3-5 bir şey daha atın. Koca kutu. Kutuya 3-5 tane de fişek koyun. Çok mu zor sanki? Aha. Koca dayıyla ekürüsü gene burada. Şuna bak hayvan. Ayı ayı. Yine akşam ettik dostlar. Akşam demek bu götoşların durmadan gelmesi demek. Şu karşıda parlak bir şey var, o ne la? Bir kapı mı var? Yanlış mı görüyorum? Lan iyice kafayı yemeye başladım. Şurada demin bir kapı var gibi geldi ya. Ne alakaysa. Ver hocam ışığı, ver enerjiyi.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight.
Tövbe yarabbim. Amına koydum sapık motu. Mat mıdır ne boktur. Eyvah, büyük bir alan var burada. Hayırlısı diyelim. Bu yol sakat olabilir ama. Allah! Hoppa! Dur. Yandan bir tane daha geliyor. Bu ipneler hızlı ama çok güçlü değil. Çabuk bitiyor. Fenerle çabuk yakıyoruz. Ama hızlılar. Ver lan ver. 3-5 tane fişek ver. Bir tane verme. Lan şu beriyle niye buluşamadım 40 saattir? Fena şimşek çaktı.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement.
Bizim menajere saldıracaklarmış. Muhtemelen o da gider. Onda çok yaşayacağını sanmıyorum. Güzel, biraz mermimiz oldu en azından. Lan dur yavaş, ipini koparmış koşuyor. Dur lan. Tutoş seni. Arkada var mı gelen? Yok. Şerefsizler nasıl saldırıyorlar ya, kuduz köpek gibi. Her episode başında elimizdeki envanter sıfırlanıyor, o üzücü. Bu ber mi lan? Evet. Tamam, sonunda kurtuluyoruz mu? Niye bu kadar çok şey verdiniz lan? Kalabalık mı geleceksiniz?
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down. give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and...
Geliyorum kıymetli menajerim. Kurtulacağız inşallah. Aç kapıyı aç. Aç da gidelim. Yaşıyorum lan yaşıyorum. Maybe mi? Oğlum bak yine duman sardı. Oğlum ne anlatıyorsun ya? Ağzına sıçtığımız sala. Anahtarı mı kaybettin? Dingil. Aha kocaman geliyor. Kocaman geliyor kocaman. Oh oh arkadaşları da zıpladı. Vallahi şu an 5 kişi saydım ama. Oradan mı geleceksin? Oradan yol yok amına. Aha geliyormuş lan. Aman. Oh oh diğeri de geldi. Yol yok dedik. 3. Hepsi birden geldi. Hocam ne varsa kullanacağım. Yapacak bir şey yok. Sıkıntılı bunlar. Kalabalıklar. Bak bak bak bak. Şerefsizler size. Lan mermi bitecek zaman mı o? Sal sal sal sal. Buldun mu? Allah seni kahretmeye. Lan kaçın geri. Siki buldun sen. Güvenmiyorum sana. Aç lan. Aç da gidelim. Yürü yürü. Yürü. Oh be. İnşallah. İnşallah.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Ayrılıyoruz mu sanmıyorum ama da bakalım. Şu an bayağı uzaklaşıyor gibiyiz oradan.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know.
Bence de ölmedi kız ya.
I know. Listen, I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Sanat eserleri gerçek oluyor ha.
Thomas Zane before it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
Önüne bak önüne.
Knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. You just need to find it. Look out!
Eyvah. Güm. Hayırlısı olsun. Yine kurtulamadık anasını satayım. Buradayım buradayım ölmedim. Evet şimdilik burada bırakabiliriz 4. bölümü. Lan silahlar gene gitmiş. Allah kahretsin. Evet dostlar burada bir ara verelim. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek dileğiyle. Şimdilik kendinize çok iyi bakın. Hoşça kalın. İyi geceler diliyorum.